Hey everybody, it's the Salesforce coach, Patrick. It's been a long time since I made a video, but I'm really excited to talk about flow automations. Something you can do for your sales processes as a Salesforce admin or developer. That could be a quick fix for reporting, something that helps you stay consistent with your data, helps you understand who the manager is, who the owner is at close when you close a deal, and help you control the data a little bit better with some solid, simple automations. So let's get right into it. I'm looking at the opportunity object. I'm looking at an opportunity here called Burlington Textiles. I want to bring it back to a not closed stage, and I'm going to show you what I'm trying to achieve here. I'm trying to put Peter Parker and the Salesforce coach as the owner and the manager at close. So I'm going to blank these out so I can show you the example of the solution in this moment. So take a look here. It's blank. Both these fields are custom, and I made those fields as a way of showing something I can type in, something easy I can correct if I need to. And at this point, let's close the deal. So let's say I'm the owner. I close the deal. I'm trying to make a commission. Who gets the commission? The manager and the owner. Let's take a look. Who are the manager and the owner? Peter Parker and the Salesforce coach, populated automatically through Flow. So let's get into the Flow example now. I jumped over to the Flow because I want to be able to show you this technical side after I show you a little bit of that example. When we go into this, I'm doing something that's pretty basic, and I think there are other ways to do this. There are more complex ways. There are ways to create fail safes and tests and do a variety of extra steps. But I want to do a simple one that you can build off of and use this as the foundation. And you can go and add so many different decisions and pathways and routes in the record trigger flow here. So let's start and take a look. I'm starting with the opportunity. I'm updating the opportunity record. And in that record, I care if it's closed won or closed lost. I care if it's changed into one of those two stages. And I care if the owner or the manager are blank. If they're both populated with some data, I don't want to make this change, so I don't allow the flow to run. So you can see the steps here. What can be tricky is there can be some rules you might want to create where if it's already closed and you're moving it from won to lost, do you want it to run again? Basically, there are other decisions you have to make here, but in this one, I'm just showing the simple steps of the logic I have to use to get to the end result. Once I have the opportunity and the opportunity enters the flow, I want to get the owner of the deal, and I want to get the name of the owner, and I want to get the ID of that person. So the triggering opportunity and the record owner ID. That's what I want. I want to store that. Then I want to make a decision. Do they have a manager or not? If they have a manager equals true, then we're going to go and use the manager record and populate information. If they don't, then I'm just going to end the flow. It's like they don't have a manager, then end the flow. Or I could make another pathway here and say if it's just one is blank and one or the other, then populate one field, the owner field. However, I did this all in one so that it could be just a straightforward, straight shot all the way through the flow. Get it all done in one move and see how it goes. So, do they have a manager? I went and got the owner and the manager ID of the owner and said is null equals false. And then I'm going to get the manager because I want to be able to store it, and I want to be able to get the manager ID of the owner. So basically I'm following the record path here to get the user ID of the manager of the owner of the deal. That way I have the hierarchy. That way I'm getting into the user object, as you can see. And now I'm going to assign those to the fields that I'm trying to populate. I want to put it in the manager at close field and the owner at close field. And I want to put the name of the manager as the manager at close, and I want to put the name of the owner as the owner at close. But as you can see here in these values, I'm using two different gets. I'm using the get manager and the get owner. Now, I'm doing this because I want to show you as an example, this is what you have to do to make it happen. I'm sure there's ways you can simplify this and do it all in one get, or multiple ways to do this, but this is how I break it out so you kind of see it in an itemized step-by-step fashion. And I want to change the stage. Let's blank these out and change the stage. Let's change the stage to like prospecting, because we're going back in the pipeline and nothing changed, right? When I hit save. Okay, that's good, as expected. What about if I hit close lost? It populated. Well, that's good. That worked. Okay, cool. You see the fields are filled in here. Well, now they're both filled in. So what happens if I do close one? Technically, it runs the flow, but because it's still the same owner, it's going to be the same information. So nothing really changed here. What happens if I blank this one out, the owner, and I save it again as the same stage? Let's see what happens. It didn't do anything because it was already in closed one. It didn't move between different stages. It didn't change at all. So that's when it would not run. But let's move it to closed lost, and it's going to run it. And it's going to tell me, oh yeah, I went and found it. It's the Salesforce coach. He lost the deal. So there's some various scenarios here where what looks like a simple flow has a little bit of technical side to it. But anyways, looking at the opportunity, updating the record, assigning some basic values from the user object. These are things you should know how to do in a flow if you're a Salesforce leader, a Salesforce admin, a developer, or even just aspiring to learn flows. So hopefully that helped. Hopefully you can use that in your business, in a business scenario sometime in the future. And I hope that you keep following, subscribe, and like. I want to keep making videos just like this for you. Stay tuned. Thank you.